Going on, guys? It's Steve. So the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics. This is like everyone's talking about this. Like, is Boston really a threat to the Cleveland Cavaliers? And to me, the short answer is no. They're honestly not. And there's a lot of, like Stephen A. Smith would like to say, there's a plethora of reasons as to why the Boston Celtics are just simply not a threat to the Cleveland Cavaliers. But the main reason why is because simply experience. Experience is huge. Yes, okay, first of all, and another reason, Gordon Hayward, he's going to come in huge in the playoffs. It's different when you play once or twice in the season. You play teams once or twice. They don't really have a chance to adapt, to change their rotations and to study you and do all of this and that. In the playoffs, in a best of 7, it's a different story. Now, here's why. So, the first reason, let me explain why experience is so crucial. Do you remember LeBron James when he was really young? I do, because I've been watching him for over 10 years. I remember when LeBron was real young, playing, let's say, 2008, 2009, when he played the Orlando Magic in the Eastern Conference Finals. And Orlando, Dwight Howard, and Hedo Turkoglu, who wanted to play like a superstar, for some reason, Jameer Nelson was an all-star that year, whatever. They were just dominating LeBron. Simply. I mean, LeBron was showing up, but Orlando was just doing their thing, right? And it's like, okay, why were they doing that? But when you look at Hedo Turkoglu, he was like a veteran at that time, okay? And the thing is that LeBron James was young. He didn't know how to lead his team. And it's not that it's not Kyrie Irving I'm focusing on, because Kyrie has the experience. He doesn't have the experience as the top dog, but he has the experience as like the beta, okay? Instead of being the alpha with LeBron, because LeBron was the alpha, he's the beta. He was the beta. Now he's the alpha in Boston. So Kyrie has the experience. Al Horford has the experience. Al Horford! Oh my gosh. Let me not even get into Al Horford. But those two have the experience. And Gordon Hayward does too, but he's injured, so he's not even going to play in the playoffs. But they're rookies. They don't have experience. And especially in a best of 7 to that nature. You think about it. They played Cleveland last year, but Isaiah Thomas was injured. So they really didn't even stand a chance. Okay, so now that they have Jason Tatum now, Marcus Smart, okay, a lot of young players, they're not going to be able to keep that up against a team that in the playoffs can slow down to a half-court set at any second, or in the playoffs play like the Golden State Warriors and running and gunning. And here's the thing that a lot of people don't understand: it's not like the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to be this bad for the entire season. The Cleveland Cavaliers are going to be all right. They're going to be all right. They're not going to be, losing all the time. They're not going to be struggling on defense. They're going to pick it up. They're going to adapt. If you think about it, LeBron James, think about it. When Isaiah Thomas comes back, they're going to dominate. I mean, they're going to dominate before he comes back, but he's about to, actually, around Christmas time. They're estimating. Who knows, right? But as soon as Isaiah Thomas comes back, J.R. Smith, I'm sorry, man. You just got to go to the bench. You have to. It's not a knock on J.R. It's the fact that even out of his prime, Dwayne Wade is better. And the reason why they're struggling so much is because there's just so many new pieces on this team. It's literally like we put names in a hat. We just randomly selected them with the core of having LeBron, Double T, K Love, Kyle Korver was still there, even though he was still relatively new to the team. JR was still there. It's like you pick names out of a hat, like, okay, oh, you got Jay Crowder, you got Dwayne Wade, oh, you got Isaiah Thomas, and it's like, whoa, we never played with each other before. We're going from the Boston Celtics with Brad Stevens, who's more of a systematic player, to Tyronn Lue, who's he's a ISO coach. I call Brad Stevens a systematic coach, not player. And Ty Lue is more of like, okay, LeBron, do what you need to do. You run it, Kevin Love, do what you need to do. That's the biggest reason now, right? But once they get that chemistry together, they're going to be fine. When Isaiah Thomas comes back, the starting lineup's going to be this: Isaiah Thomas, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson. I don't know why they started the season off starting Jay Crowder. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. Look, think about it. They started off starting like this: Derrick Rose, Dwayne Wade, LeBron, Jay Crowder, and Kevin Love. That doesn't make sense defensively. So I really think Tyronn Lue is a bad coach, because defensively, it's not even just a test. You don't even, this ain't statistics. You don't need a test statistic. It's not even a test. You just look at it on paper and say that doesn't make sense. Too many perimeter defenders. Derrick Rose, a perimeter defender. Dwayne Wade, perimeter defender. Both really good perimeter defenders. Jay Crowder, perimeter defender. LeBron, perimeter/low post, depending on who he's playing, defender. Okay, Kevin Love, low post defender. That doesn't make sense. Instead, you could have the balance and say, look, Derrick Rose, Dwayne Wade, LeBron, perimeter defenders. You have versatility there. Kevin Love, double T, protect the paint. Why do you have 4 perimeter defenders and then have someone that's undersized protect the paint? It doesn't make sense. So instead of doing that, when Isaiah Thomas comes back, start Isaiah Thomas, have Dwayne Wade. So now you have Dwayne Wade guarding the best player in the backcourt, right? You have Isaiah Thomas guarding the scrub or the shooter. I don't know how that's going to work out because the dude is not even as tall. I mean, I'm taller than the dude. I mean, I'm like 6'1", but he's like 5'7", right? And then you have LeBron guarding the perimeter, the best player on the team. Usually is a forward or a perimeter player. For example, Melo, and then, you know, in terms of scoring, Melo, PG, KD, Kawhi, etc., right? And then you have Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson. You do that, everything's going to be fine. Now, in terms of if these two teams meet in the playoffs, do the Boston Celtics stand a chance? No. They simply do not. And the experience is obvious, but it's also obvious them not having Gordon Hayward is going to play a huge role. A huge, huge role in the playoffs. Because in the playoffs, when it slows down and all that weight is on Kyrie's shoulders, I'm not saying he's not good enough to do it, but what I'm saying is they don't have the firepower to keep up with Cleveland in a best of 7. They don't. Now, if Gordon Hayward comes back, then they might stand a chance. Not a great chance, but they might stand a slight chance. But even then, they probably won't beat him. And here's the reason why. You have LeBron, he's going to give you 30. Dwayne Wade's going to give you 18 to 20 in the playoffs. We're talking about Dwayne Wade. Okay, yeah, he's struggling now, but he's still going to do his thing in the playoffs. Kevin Love's going to give you 18 to 20 in the playoffs. Excuse me for this loud truck going by. I'm doing this video in my car, by the way. Kevin Love's going to give you 18 to 20, right? You have JR's going to give you anywhere from 10 to 15. You have Tristan Thompson going to give you 10 points, maybe, if you're lucky. If you're lucky, he'll give you 10 points. But, yeah, man, you know, the Cleveland Cavaliers, in terms of experience, they're going to walk all over the Boston Celtics. It's simply just like that. And if you look at it, their team is full of veterans. They're just filled with veterans, where the Boston Celtics did lots of young rookies. Not rookies, but lots of young players. And that's including Kyrie, because Kyrie doesn't have the experience. He has the experience of going into the finals and knowing how it's like. And, you know, he can teach them that. But in terms of all of the weight on him, he doesn't have that. Marcus Smart, he doesn't have that defensive liability, you know, in the playoffs when it's really like, okay, our entire team is here. We actually might stand a chance. He doesn't have that defensive experience. Jason Tatum, he's a rookie. A great one at that, but he doesn't have the experience. Al Horford has the experience, okay? But the thing is like, Gordon Hayward's going to be major. He's going to be major as to why the Boston Celtics aren't going to stand a chance against Cleveland in a best of 7. So when I hear Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith say it's a threat, they're a threat. No, they're living on hype. Okay, you got to look at it logically. You got to look at it from the perspective that, wait a minute, this team is dominating right now, but at the same time, they're dominating a league where the best teams are struggling. And I'm not knocking the Boston Celtics. They're a great team. They're looking amazing right now. But they're looking amazing while the Cavaliers are looking bad. Are they going to stay amazing when the Cavaliers become amazing? Are they going to stay amazing when the Thunder become amazing? Are they going to stay amazing when the Golden State Warriors... Oh, they're already amazing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you know? So, I'm not knocking Boston. All I'm saying is, chill out with the hype saying, oh, Boston, you know, they're going to beat... No. Should Cleveland be worried about them? No. Okay? It's the regular season. It's like, whatever. You know? They're amazing right now, but it's like, okay. So... You know, like, okay, you're doing your thing in the playoffs, but I would like to see you beat us in a best of 7. That's probably what LeBron is thinking. Like, okay, you're doing that, but beat me in a best of 7. You know, it's not a knock on Boston. It's just a simple fact that they're not going to be able to keep up offensively and defensively with the pace of the Cavaliers in the postseason. And that's when LeBron goes ham. Just letting you know. Anyway, man, it's been your man, Steve. Boston's a great team. When Gordon Hayward comes back, they might stand a chance. But as of right now, if they were to play today, even with the Cavaliers struggling in a best-of-7, Cleveland would win in like 5 or 6 games. And I can't imagine when Isaiah Thomas comes back. Isaiah Thomas is healthy, and he plays, and he makes his Cavalier debut, and the Cavaliers get the ball rolling, and the chemistry just, boom. Can't imagine that. So anyway, Steve, hope you guys enjoyed. A lot of you have been asking for old videos again where I just talk. They're coming back. I was just testing out the reaction. I still might do a few reactions here and there. But anyways, it's been your man Steve. I'm out. Peace. Ow. Dummy.